Okay, now the next thing, I like the T-handles a little faster here. This is a 5mm that goes in here. This is the knob screw that's going to hold this on here on the shaft. Once you pull the springs out, you could actually do this first if you'd like, and then it wouldn't turn quite as easy, but they're just detent springs, those springs and bearings that we pulled out there, so it will still rotate. There's that. Now, the next part requires some sort of gear puller. Since these are on here to some degree, I'll start with the easy ones first. Whoops, and I just remembered something. The one that I have, unless you have a larger thing or can pull this pin out of here, I have to put, whoops, I have to take one of the screws off like this and replace it in each of these holes. The cap head screw will only contact the shaft now that I've taken the washer off and not the handle. So this will allow me to use that as a post for my gear puller. Now, that will pull that off of there, and there's a key in there, and that handle will go right in there as well. And then the key needs to come off of there. See the key right there that fits into the key slot right there, and that also goes in there. Now this screw needs to be removed again. Put back into here for the next pull. Just rotate that up there. These are coming off fairly easy because I've already done this once. They're slightly tougher before, but if you have a gear puller, they're much easier. The keys were also more difficult to get out. And some of them I had to tap them out by placing a screwdriver and a chisel right against there and then popping those out like that. And then, wow, look at there, right in there. Okay, last one, and this one is tougher. You have to watch this because this will rotate. Bring it to the end of its travel. Okay, I just found one of these. What you need are a couple of cap screws. They're the same thread as the set screw that's in here, which I'm actually not quite sure what that is. I wish I could tell you that. Anyway, I'm just going to put one of these in here because this is a broad enough head. And I'll screw that in there like that. And then I'll take my puller again and just put it like that and slip that under there like that. Now I should have enough leverage to simply remove that. It's probably not straight though, which is not the best. It is coming off though, as you can see right here. Okay, there we go. A little bit crooked, but that's probably not the best way. Better to put both screws in there and then just hook these around both of them. That would be a better, straighter way to do that. Okay, and that goes in there. And the CUF handle. Now, again, take the key out. Also place it in there. Make sure you don't lose that key or you'll be finding another one. And who knows what size those are. Once again, the number 5. To remove that again and put it back with its one it belongs with. Now you will see these screws right here, here, and here. You can take those out if you want. There really isn't much need to do so. They're a stop. They provide the detents for the springs, and they're a stop for the shaft so it doesn't pull through. And that's all their purpose is, so that when you pull this off, you should be able to still not have any trouble with those shafts as long as the keys are out of them. So the next thing to do is remove the 4 screws here. I've already removed 2 of them from the bottom. These are the 2 top ones that remain. And then take that faceplate off. And that goes in my other set of screws here. Set this out of the way so it doesn't get bent or damaged. Now, the next thing is to use the same 5mm and remove all of these screws. You also have another 5mm, or sorry, a 4mm right here. Actually, mine's a 4mm. I think the original was a Phillips. This is attached to the gear case cover and therefore needs to be removed so that this electrical wire doesn't come with it. There's that 4mm there for mine. Yours is probably a Phillips. Now, we'll go ahead and remove all of these. Now there's another cork gasket under here, and since I have already replaced mine with I tore my cork one originally because I wasn't careful enough when I removed this. It kind of falls off, so you have to be a little careful that when you take it off it doesn't just fall off. We'll see if it's going to do that when I get these all loose. And you could place something under here to shim it and hold it there. So let's go ahead and do that. That should be plenty. And we can take all of these and it shouldn't go taking off anywhere on us. You can use anything down there. Probably better than the file I have. Maybe scratch your paint a little less. Okay, there are just these 7 bolts here. There is a bolt hole way back in there, which I can't even reach here. That has nothing to do with the front case cover, so you don't need to remove that. Now, the difficult part is getting that off of there, and you're going to need a very narrow chisel or some sort of other, a putty knife would work, a screwdriver possibly, to drive into here. And I would start on each corner. You have to break that seal. There you go. As soon as that breaks, you're home free. Come over to the other side. I'm going to run my apron back here, my saddle. So it's out of the way, and so you can see. And then set this right here. And there it is again. Okay, there's that. Now, once that's out of there, carefully watch this. Now, it's probably a good idea to index these and make a note of where they are, because you're going to have to put them back. Just so you know, this is not going to be accurate, because one of the reasons I'm taking it off is because I got it on wrong, because I didn't index those. So now, when you take this off, see, I'm just pulling it straight out, because these shafts are connected to, this is connected to a gear here that swivels back and forth with a brass shifter. This one here is actually connected back in the back there to, and will not come out with this one. Now this one is just this little disc that goes into a, there we go. Okay, I've got a little bit of my gasket material here.